In this video, we're going to create an isometric pictorial of an object that has round features. All right, so the object is shown right here. We have all the dimensions that we need. And our first step is to open up our set MM template and save it as Isocircle tutorial. All right, we're going to set it up like we set up the last one. We need to activate the grid. Let's go ahead and make that 10 millimeters and choose an isometric snap style. So style, isometric, and make that 5 millimeters. Okay, so let's get into our construction layer. And we're going to draw a defining box. But because this object has two layers, really, it has like a base layer and then that cylinder on the top. So have your figure in the book as reference as we go through this. We're going to draw a defining box for the base. So we'll do that first. Oh, and make sure that you have, let me get out of this. So make sure you have your polar tracking on and all of that. And let's double check our polar ang. And make that 30 if it's not already. All right, so let's do a line. We'll make this 90 and 30 and 70, and then just complete the box. All right, so that's our defining box for the base. All right, so now we're going to add the visible features that are parallel to the box, and we know the dimensions 4. So let's go ahead and get into the visible layer and add those lines. So we know that this entire surface goes on the box, so we have that, and these lines taking off go 55, and that's at the point where the radius starts, so we'll do 55. And then we're going to get back into the construction layer and draw a diameter line. So that will indicate where the center of this radius, like the midpoint of this line is going to be the center of the radius that goes here. So that'll help us in the construction of that radius. All right, so let's draw that radius. Let's get back into the visible layer. And you'll notice that circular features on an isometric are not perfect circles, they're ellipses. So we need to create ellipses so that it looks circular. All right, so in order to draw on this top surface, like we're going to draw a radius on this top surface, our cursor has to be like along the top surface. Right now it's on the left side. You can see that the cursor, matches up with the left side. So we're going to go down to the status bar and we're going to click on the top. So now it's the top. You see how the cursor flipped? So if we draw a circle or an ellipse on the top, it's going to be appropriate. All right, so we're going to do ellipse. And we're going to do an isocircle. See, if we're in the snap style of isometric, it gives us an extra little option here. So we're going to do isocircle, and the center is going to be at the midpoint. So I'm going to select mid here, midpoint, and you can see how this automatically generates what we need. And I'm just going to snap there. And there's our radius. We just need to trim off what we don't need. And let's copy this down. So we're going to copy this guy here. We'll use this base point and copy it down to the end of that line. All right, so let's trim off the excess. So we're going to trim off this, this, and that, and we'll have to trim off some more once we get our other line in here. So we're going to do a line from, let's take off our snap. Well, the snap is off, or the O snap is off. Let's take the snap off. So snap off, and then line, tangent, now we can go quad to quad. There we go. And now we can trim this guy. Alright, so it's starting to look solid now. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to add the holes on the right side, left side, and the cylinder on the top.